It is important to know the following information that I will share with you when you are ready to rent an apartment in Canada. I have in the past helped new immigrants find places, and some of them actually were not aware of what to look for and what to avoid when they are looking for their first place. I have been told by new immigrants that the landlord charged them for a key deposit, a security deposit, and some landlord even denied them because they had children. So you have to know that in Canada there are laws, there are rules and regulations both for the tenant and the landlord. So when you are renting a house in Canada, and depending on the province, it may vary. For example, when you are in Quebec, you want to rent an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, I think they call that the 3.5. You need to pay only the first month. So they will give you the key. They will have you fill out a what they call a bail. It's a lease. In French, they call it bail. And you sign the form, and you have to put how many people will live in that apartment. So the landlord, once you do that and you pay your first month, the landlord will give you the key. The landlord is not supposed to ask you a deposit for the key. That is illegal. And the second scenario in Quebec is if you are renting a two-bedroom apartment, which is a 4.5, and it's you, your husband, and two children, you are renting two-bedroom, it's okay. Because a landlord cannot refuse you an apartment or a home because you have children. That is illegal. It is discrimination based on social condition. There are different types of discrimination. So this one is specifically based on social condition. Because you have children, the landlord cannot tell you that he will not give you the apartment. The only way he cannot do that is he can do so is, for example, if you have 5 children and you want to rent a one-bedroom apartment, then in that case, well, yeah, but he has to tell you that, he has another apartment, like a three-bedroom apartment where you can, place the children. Because there's a room for each child, or you can put 2 children per room. But it is illegal for the landlord to tell you that kind of statement. Okay. And if you call a place and the landlord says that the apartment has been rented, and your friend goes and the landlord says it's still available, then you know it's discrimination. Some landlords like to do that. Okay. So usually you don't want to create problems, so you just have to look for another apartment. Okay. But in case the landlord tells you that I'm not renting you an apartment because you have children, then you can take it to court, because what he's doing is discrimination, and he's not allowed to do that. Okay. So while you are in the apartment, I strongly suggest that if there is a problem in the apartment, you have to submit a request in writing to the landlord, because the landlord can tell you that he never received the request. And of course, sometimes they can also charge you for something that a repair that he's making in the apartment. And depending if you're the one who broke something, yeah, sometimes they have to charge you. But if it's normal wear and tear, well, it is the landlord's responsibility to fix the place. And one last thing I suggest you do is, if you visit the apartment and you find cockroaches in there, or there are rat poop or mice poop, um, and the landlord say it's gonna be fixed, you can move in, and then we'll fix it. Well, if you're desperate, you can add it in the buy or in the lease to say landlord will um, call a company to kill the mice or the cockroaches. So if anything that you want to add is to be added in the lease, because if it's not in the lease and in the future if there's any problem, you don't have a case. Okay, so some landlords love new immigrants who don't know their rights, and they will try to actually rent a dirty property or a property or an apartment that is infested with cockroaches or mice. And to you it may seem normal, but it's not normal, especially in this country. The landlord has to clean everything and give you the place in a clean manner. So if you find something that is different or odd, the place is dirty, take pictures and keep them. Take your phone and then take pictures for future references, because at least if you have something or the landlord is telling you that, oh, you broke this, you will say no, it came like this when you moved in, it was like that. But make sure to avoid any problem, make sure that the apartment is clean and it's bug free, and sign the lease and everything will be okay, I hope. And lastly is last advice is a landlord cannot kick you out or give you a 1 week notice to kick you out. Okay, because this one is illegal. He has to go to court and explain to, and then you will need to go to court as well to explain the situation. So for a landlord to kick you out, he will have to apply to court and then the paper, and send you the paper to go to court. So other than that, no, the landlord cannot kick you out. I've heard situations, I had clients who came to me and they say, well, the landlord put a paper in front of my door and gave me 3 days to get out, or else they will call the police. No, this is not acceptable, and it is not a practice that is done in Canada, unless, even then, unless the landlord went to court and then they give you the notice and then the sheriff is coming, then that's another story. But normally, if a landlord wants to kick you out, they will have to go to court, and the court, they will have to send you the paper for you to appear and explain the situation. So there are steps in that. Okay, so but in Ontario, if you are renting a place, you will need to provide first and last month. So for example, if the apartment is $1,000 per month, you will need to pay $1,000 for the first month and the last month, meaning that when you are moving out the last month, then you don't need to pay the last month. And there's no security key for any key security deposit or whatever. So do not pay any extra money for any key security or damage security. No, they're just trying to get extra money from you because they know you're immigrants, you may not know your rights, so they're trying that. Okay, and again, whatever is wrong in the apartment, you have to put it in the lease, because, and if there is a problem, you will need to contact the landlord and then send the information or send the repair to be done in writing, and keep a file on that until you move out. Okay, so this, I hope this helps, and hopefully you will not get into this situation. So if you have any questions for yourself, so feel free to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Have a great day.